Hey everyone, my name is April and I'm going to shoot a video for the Zebulon Parks and Recreation. Just going to go over a few poses that will be really great for detoxing the body. So to begin our practice, I like to start in a comfortable, easy seat known as Sukhasana. So legs can be crossed or you can have the legs long. Just want to find that the sits bones grounding into your mat and the base of the spine to the crown of the head to be very nice and long. So finding that central point, sitting nice and tall, shoulders roll back and down, opening the chest but not squeezing them back. And chin is lifted in a neutral place, and just imagine that string pulling you up through the crown of your head, perhaps softening or closing the eyes so that you can scan over your body and just notice how you're sitting, if it's any area is being pulled to one side or the other. Just noticing right now what this feels like and trying to come into that shape that's just engaged but not engaged. Just a nice softening of the body. You can bring the hands, palms down on the knees for grounding energy or palms up to receive energy. Also, I like to bring the pointer finger and thumb together in a contemplative mudra. So bringing that awareness to your breath, settling into your pose. Remembering to keep the breath in a nice, even flow throughout your practice, that your inhales and exhales are the same, moving with the circulation of the body. And to get this breath fired up and the circulation, I'd like to go over a 3-part breath with you. Starting at the abdomen, lower lung area, you're going to inhale 1, and moving up into the chest 2, and then on up. I like to imagine it coming all the way up through the crown of the head, that 3rd breath. And then opening the mouth, sigh it all out, let it go. So again, inhale lower, mid, all the way up, and let it go. Let's do one more. Lower, mid, and all the way up. Sigh it out, let it all go. And feel free to do more of those if you like in your practice. Once you've settled in and got that fire breath circulation going, let's bring our palms together at the heart center. I like to place the thumbs together and right there at the sternum, feeling the circulation of the heart and the breath, and taking just a moment to set an intention for your practice. And during these troubled times, perhaps that intent could be a prayer for loved ones, the world. I'm often fond of the mantra Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu, which translates to may all beings everywhere be happy and free. and may I contribute to their happiness and freedom. So whatever's resonating with you right now, just taking that silence, that moment, to put that energy into your practice and pushing it out into the world. You can take a deep inhale on your intent and let it out. And softening the eyes open. Let's begin in tabletop. Bringing wrist under the shoulders, shoulder width apart. Neck is long, knees stacked under the hips, hip distance apart. So you get a nice neutral spine here. On your inhale, you'll lift the chin, chest up, drop the belly, lift the tailbone. And exhale as you round in the spine, scoop the belly out, chin towards the chest. Inhale, look up. And exhale, round. Inhale, look up. Exhale, round. Good. Coming back into that neutral spine, we'll begin setting up dolphin pose. So bringing the forearms down. You can clasp the hands together or just pressing the palms into your mat. Curling your back toes under. Lift the hips back and up. Let the head hang heavy here. And let the neck be long, the spine long, keeping a soft bend in the knees perhaps. Lifting the hips back more so that you have that nice long spine. And this mild inversion is great for having the head below the heart, stimulate circulation, rinsing out the lymph nodes. Also emptying toxins out of the lungs and draining the sinus mucus area. Hold for about 10 breaths here. And when you're ready, you can lower the knees down, walk the hands back under the shoulders, coming back to that tabletop. From here, bring the knees together, and we're going to sit back into Balasana Child's Pose. So as you sit the hips back to the heels, if your forehead doesn't come to the mat, you can use a block or towel, something to rest the forehead on, or a pillow. But bringing your hands into fists and placing them into the stomach area. So as you fold over, you can start to massage that digestive system by making circles with your fist. So of course, massaging this area is going to get things moving. A great little abdominal massage for all the intestines and stomach and organs in there. So holding this for about 10 to 20 breaths, however long you feel you need. And then once you're done, bringing hands underneath the shoulders, slowly rise up. Then coming up onto the knees, bring the knees hip distance apart, curl the toes under, and start to stand up onto the knees. So I'm setting up, looks like my head's chopped off here, but that's okay. You'll get the point. Setting up camel pose. And so if you have low back issues, bringing your hands to the small of your back like you're placing them in your back pocket. Remembering to lengthen up out of the spine. Start to bring the head back and lifting the chest up and through. So a mild little back bend here. Opening up the chest area, the heart. Small sips of air. And then slowly come back up and out of that. I hope you were able to get the point with my head being. But go ahead and release into that closed knees child's pose. Bringing your forehead to the mat or to a block or towel. Clasping the hands together at the base of your neck or the base of the skull. I want you to start to lift the hips up in the back, coming onto that crown of your head, keeping the chin tucked here. Don't look around while you're in this pose. Coming into rabbit, which is giving a nice stimulation of the thyroid. And separating the back, getting a nice opposite stretch after that back bend that you just did. Couple of breaths here. And slowly lower the hips back down, coming out of that pose. Nice and gentle. Hands underneath the shoulders as you rise back up. Now we're going to go into our cow face pose. So I'm going to turn to face you. Bringing the left knee behind the right. So you'll be in your tabletop and bring that left knee behind your right knee, separating the feet as you start to walk yourself back. Now if your hips are really tight, you can set a block or pillow or blanket stacked under your hips here, coming all the way down. If your knees are tight or giving you a little issue, you can always straighten that right leg out and just wrap the left foot over. So wrapping the left arm around your right leg, right hand comes to the small of your back. As you inhale to lengthen, exhale, you're going to twist over towards the right, looking over the right shoulder. Remember to keep your neck or your spine nice and long here. And these twists are great for wringing out those internal organs. So hold for a few breaths, maybe deepening the twist on each exhale. And then you'll release, turning head first. The body follows. And switching sides. I think I'm just going to keep the legs long. But again, if you'd like to use the cow face or just keeping legs long, I like to set up the foot flat by the thigh. Wrap the right arm around your left knee, left hand to the small of the back. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, twist. Also get a good stretch in the hip area. Another breath here. And release. Turn the head back to center, body follows. And go ahead and release all that down. Maybe wiggle out the legs, get the blood flowing. Preparing to lay down on your mat. Go ahead and I like to hook onto my thighs and just roll back. Pulling those knees in towards your chest. You can do a few knee circles going one way, massaging that low back, and switching directions. Now let the left leg go long, holding on to the shin of the right leg. Take a deep inhale and exhale as you pull that knee down towards your chest, kind of across the body towards the chest. Another inhale and exhale, squeeze. Giving a nice massage to the ascending colon. So getting things moving in the digestive system again. All great for detoxifying the body. Also massaging the liver here. And then release. Let the right leg go long. And then pull in the left knee. Place hands on the shin. Take a deep inhale. And exhale as you squeeze. Coming into the descending colon. Each exhale, squeeze down a little bit more. And release. And then go ahead and bring both knees in towards the chest. Wrapping the arms around your knees. Maybe lift the head up and then lower. Tucking the chin in. Getting a nice long length in the neck and the spine. Take a deep inhale. And exhale as you squeeze the knees together and down towards your chest. Massaging that transverse colon now. And then release. But keep the knees bent. Bring the right hand to the outside of your left knee. And then you're going to drop the knees over towards the right. So a nice twist again here. Stimulating the digestive system, wringing out those organs. Like to think about cutting off circulation, possibly for a moment, and then once you release, you can hold that as long as you like, and letting that blood flow right back into those organs. Fresh, oxygenated blood. Pulling the knees back in. Maybe rock from side to side. Preparing to switch sides. Left hand to the outside of the right knee. And then drop it. I think I have room here. Drop it over to the left. Then you can tee out your arms. You can gaze up at the ceiling. Or if you'd like to turn the head towards the right. The opposite way of your knees. So you get that full twist in the spine. Taking a few more breaths. Or as long as you want to hold that for. Remembering, turn the head back to center, then bringing the knees back. Scooting the hips into the midline, maybe windshield wiper the knees. And preparing now for bridge pose. So placing the feet next to the hips. Hands come down. Keeping the chin tucked, neck long. Take a deep inhale. And exhale as you press the hips up towards the ceiling. You're going to hold for a few breaths here. If you have a block, you can place it at the small of the back. Again, this chin tucked into the chest is great for massaging the thyroid. We're also getting a nice stretch in those hip flexors. So as we may be doing a lot of sitting, working from home, or maybe just vegging out, it's good to stretch out those hip flexors in an opposite direction. Pressing down through the feet. Holding for about 10 to 20 breaths and release. Slowly lowering one vertebrae at a time. Go ahead and pull the feet in again, or the knees in again. Rock from side to side. And then here, go ahead and lift the feet up towards the ceiling, straightening the legs. And this is a great way way to reverse the circulation in the legs, relieving any tension and stress there. You can hold this, or you can put your legs up a wall. I'd show you, but just bringing your tailbone towards the wall and rising up, letting the legs rest upon the wall. It's really great to do at night before you're going to bed. It's relaxing, soothing, and just taking all that tension from where we're standing on our feet all day, and then go ahead and lower them down gently, preparing for your final pose, that wonderful Savasana, corpse pose. So wiggle out whatever you need to. Maybe you take a full body stretch, inhaling, squeezing every muscle in your body before you exhale, releasing it all, letting everything go. Finding yourself heavy on your mat. And bringing your awareness and your focus to your breath. Letting the mind relax. Releasing the jaw, let it hang open. Releasing tension in your neck, perhaps rolling the head from side to side. And then coming to stillness. Reaping the reward of your practice. Taking just a few moments to connect mind, body, and spirit. If you find thoughts coming into your mind, try not to attach any judgment or emotion to it, letting them just pass through like clouds passing in the sky. As I always like to end my classes with 3 breaths, bringing the arms out by the side, inhaling, gathering the energy and prana, life force. Exhale, pull that energy down. Normally stopping at the heart, but let's go farther down, just placing that energy back into Mother Earth. Inhale. Exhale. And one more. Inhaling. And this time as we exhale,
for a moment at the brow for kind thoughts, at the lips for kind words, and at the heart for kind intentions. And thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today. The light in me honors and cherishes that beautiful, peaceful, loving light of truth within all of you. Namaste.